Earth 2, number 3, written by James Robinson, art by Nicholas Scott. Last issue we left off with Alan Scott about to propose to his boyfriend, and then the train he was on straight up exploded. So this issue picks up with the train and Alan Scott, who's in intense pain and is like missing limbs and half of his face is burned off, and he's crawling out of this wreckage, and he's like, oh God, where's my boyfriend? Oh, geez, where are you? And as he makes his way over a ridge, he sees a green light that he thinks is rescuers. But when he gets there, he sees this giant burning green flame that speaks to him. It's just like, Alan, you're the one. To which Alan's like, okay, I'm hallucinating, huh? And they're like, don't worry, I'll prove you're not hallucinating by taking away your pain. And he's like, that's not really going to do anything, but ooh, that does feel good. Thank you for that. So he's basically just telling him, like, hey, look, giant green flame, I don't know what you are. Oh, wait, no, I do remember. When the train exploded or derailed or whatever, I remember there being a green light. He's like, yeah, that was me. I was saving you because you are super duper important. And he's like, well, if I'm that important, help me find my boyfriend. He's like, yeah, sorry, your boyfriend's dead. I could save you because you're important. Your boyfriend, not so important. So just telling you that. Anyway, there's going to be an evil thing that comes to Earth. And it's going to try to destroy all life. And it's going to need you. And Alan's like, what? Why didn't you show up before when we had like apocalypse attacking? And it's just like, I am, and this is the green light, I am the energy of Earth itself. When apocalypse was attacking, you had a sun god on your side. To which he's like, you mean Superman? Not really a god, but okay, whatever, sure, I'll take it. But now he's gone. You're going to have to take his shoes. You're going to have the Earth's energy on your side as Earth's new defender. So then we cut over to Flash, who last issue stopped running really suddenly, ended up, I think, in Poland, and ran into, she reveals her name at the end, but it's Hawkgirl. And there's a point here where he's like, wow, are you an angel? To which Hawkgirl says, are you an idiot? And basically just tells it like, no, my name's Hawkgirl. Look, here's the deal. You've clearly got some sort of powers. I'm here because fate showed me where to find you. And he's like, I don't believe in that, but thank you for hitting on me, I guess. And she's like, let's go meet fate. And they're like, no, okay, that sounds like a thing. I don't want to do that. And he reveals he got the powers from Mercury, and Hawkgirl's like, wait, you got your powers from a god? And he's like, yeah, is that weird? Yeah, it's a bit weird. So he gives his just real name, Jay Garrick. He's like, no, what's your, like, superhero name? And he's like, I haven't really thought of one yet. And he's like, okay, well, let's see if you can fight. And then she just does the thing that every issue has to have a fight in it. So he's like, okay, no problem. I'll just use my super speed, run around her, and jump on her back. And he does that, and then she just flips him off. And then he's like, I know, I'll just use my super speed to throw dirt in her eye. And Hawkgirl's like, are you serious, man? Is this all you're doing? He's like, all right, fine, I don't know how to fight. Sorry, jeez. It's like, no, it's fine. Look, I just want to know how well you could fight because we have a fight ahead of us, and we need to get you trained up. And he's like, what do you mean I got to get trained? What are you talking about? And then they look around them, and like this beautiful lush green forest that they were in, just everything is dying all at once, all around them. So we cut back to Alan, and Alan's like, okay, Green Flame, I'm in. I'll be your new defender. And so he's like, all right, cool. So I'm just going to bathe you in the light real quick. So he hits him with the flame, and he becomes the Green Lantern, and he gets a costume out of it. And Alan's like, it comes with a costume, and he's like, you're the one who thought of it. Like, I'm playing off your own subconscious here, buddy. You thought of the costume. And he's like, all right, fair enough. And we keep getting cutaways of like more and more devastation around the world, particularly focusing on Washington, D.C., where this death wave is just rolling over everything. But anyway, the flame, he's like, okay, here's the deal. I need you to have something close to your heart that will allow the energy to transfer through it. Like, it can't just be your whole body. We kind of need like an item. And he's like, well, I was about to propose to my boyfriend with this ring. And he's like, perfect. Green Lantern's ring. I'm just going to shape it so it looks like our branding, and then we're good. So the Green Flame does that, and he's like, hey, Green Flame, you sound like really human. Have you done this before? Have you talked to people before? And he's like, yeah, you'll figure out that stuff soon enough. And he's like, oh, where are you going? He's like, I'm done. I've done all I need to do. Goodbye. And he just disappears. So then we see, Green Lantern. He goes back to the train incident because I guess this only took place over the course of like 2 minutes. And he just literally picks up the train over his head, saving all these people. And we see the cleanup effort shortly after where he's kneeling over the body bag that holds Sam. And he's like, I'm sorry, Sam. I couldn't save you. But I will do this all in your honor. I love you. So then we see this death wave still rolling over DC. It makes its way all the way up to the Capitol steps. And there's this ongoing narrative that's just like, yes, the Jade Champion is ready. He will come to me. I will purposely be here in this place of high publicity, so he will come to me. And then we will fight, and I will kill him yet again. For he represents the green, and I represent the gray, the death, the rot. And we see these vines of, like, death vines, not like green vines, but like, scary looking stuff, overtaking the Capitol and crushing it down. And he's like, come after me, man of green. I am the man of gray. Solomon Grundy. Okay, a lot of reveals there. Solomon Grundy, of course, being like a zombie man who represents death apparently now. If you didn't know before this, in Animal Man and Swamp Thing, typically representative of the green. Both of the books are currently fighting the rot, which I guess in this book is the gray. There's a whole bunch of similarities to other stuff going on in other books. I like it. I definitely like this turn. I think the Flash bit was probably the weakest bit, but it wasn't the focus because clearly the Green Lantern part was. And having Solomon Grundy just be this thing that shows up at the end of like, all right, I'm the villain. Let's do this for the first arc. I don't know. I kind of like it. What I don't like is Solomon Grundy's current design. My ideal picture of Solomon Grundy is animated series Grundy, where he's just this big hulking, like white-skinned dimwit, more or less. He's from Hellraiser in this. It's a lot of leather and a lot of belts. He's just from Hellraiser. I'm not as okay with that, but mild complaint, all things considered. So overall, I do enjoy this issue. I think it's very well done. Art is fantastic the whole way through. It does a good job setting up the stakes of, giant death wave or whatever. So I'm going to go ahead and say, I give it a 7.5. I really do enjoy it. I think it's coming out the gate strong. I'm hoping that it can keep this sort of momentum moving forward with the rest of the Earth 2 universe, because this doesn't have the benefit of other books helping to flesh it out. Anything it wants to do, it has to do on its own. So I'm hoping it can keep this momentum going well enough to keep me interested.